People of Las Vegas, particular animal lovers, I have a major announcement today regarding Animal Foundation and animal sheltering here in Las Vegas. Recently, a number of leaders in the animal community got together to discuss what are we going to do with this problem we continually have with the Animal Foundation. And a consensus was reached that the best option is to have the city of Las Vegas build and operate their own animal shelter. Now, as many of you know, this is because the Animal Foundation has been failing us for years. My organization, NKLV, has been trying to get changes at the Animal Foundation since 2013. Since then, in the last 10 years, they've killed 73,000 animals, and their euthanasia rate from 2021 to 2022 is up 56%, and it's only getting worse this year. The Animal Foundation refuses to work with the community and is dysfunctional and continues with their backward policies. So this is the route we need to take. Now, some people might be asking, is this really the best option? What if we have another organization come in and bid on the contract to run the shelter? And I've reached out to most of the major leaders of rescue groups in Las Vegas, and they tell me they're just not built to handle a facility of that size. So that's not really an option. Even back in 2015, when the Animal Foundation contract was up, we went outside of the state to look for bigger organizations that could bid on the contract, and we didn't have any luck. Others might be saying, well, is the city running the shelter really going to be any better than the Animal Foundation? And I can tell you, if you look at shelters across the country, there's great ones that are run by cities. There's terrible ones that are run by cities. There's also great ones run by nonprofits. And there's terrible ones run by nonprofits. Case in point, the Animal Foundation. So whether it's run publicly or privately really is not necessarily a great indicator of how well the shelter is going to be run. But most of us believe there's a consensus that the Animal Foundation is just going to continue to ignore us, whereas the city should be more responsive, because we can at least go to our city council person, the mayor, and the city manager and say, hey, we want changes, people need to be fired. Whereas right now the Animal Foundation tells us we have no control over what the Animal Foundation does. That's the way their contract's written. So let me assure you, as someone who's been working on this problem for over 10 years, that the city building their own shelter is the most viable and likely scenario where we can actually move away from the Animal Foundation and have a better shelter run in our city. Of course, this is not going to be easy because most of the city council people think this is not really an important issue. Fortunately, though, we do have a council member, Victoria Seaman, who does believe the city needs to build a new shelter and is fighting for us from the inside. In fact, she was even able to have the city conduct a study where they were able to pick out a location and a budget on what it would cost to build and run the shelter. So we have that framework already. The city estimated that it would cost about $35 million to build the shelter. Some of you might think that's a lot of money, but when you look at how large the city budget is, it's just a fraction of it. In fact, I was at the last city council meeting where they approved a parking garage to be built, and it was going to cost $30 million. I didn't hear anybody at the meeting asking for this parking garage, and I didn't hear anybody complaining on the council that it was too much money, and it got approved. So I think spending $35 million for a shelter is a lot better use of our taxpayer dollars than a parking garage, and we need to convince them of that. So it's our job to convince 3 more council people that they need to build a city shelter. We are calling this movement Give Me Shelter Las Vegas. You can visit our website, givemeshelterlasvegas.com, and we've got Facebook and Instagram pages as well where you can follow us to keep up to date on what's going on. Now, we need to act fast. We need to act now. That is because the Animal Foundation's contract is up in 2025, and they're already renegotiating with city staff to get that contract extended. And I guarantee you, as soon as they find out about this movement, they're going to work even faster to try to get that approved. So this is all either going to happen very quickly or not happen at all. I would say within 2 to 3 months, we're going to know if this is going to happen or not. So it's our job and your job to help convince these council members that we need a city-built shelter. So we need you to email your council people We need you to call them. We need you to put yard signs up. We need you to talk to your friends and family. I need you to share this video. I need you to follow our social media pages, visit our website, register with us so we can keep you posted what's going on. And most importantly, attend the City Council meeting on July 19th. This is very important. The Animal Foundation will be at that meeting asking the City Council to approve hundreds of thousands of dollars, and we need to be there to say, we don't want you to spend this money on an organization that's failing. Stop throwing money away. Put that money towards building our own city shelter. So I need as many of you to attend that meeting as possible. You don't have to speak at the meeting. It would be great if you do. You get a minute at the beginning. But even if you just come and hold a sign, there'll be a rally before the meeting. You can attend that. But we need to pack that room so they understand that this is what their citizens want, and this is how we want our tax dollars spent. Again, we have to convince 3 more council members. Now, 3 of these members are actually up for election in less than a year and a half, and they need to understand if they don't vote for a new city shelter, we are not going to be voting for them, and they're going to be out of office. They need to understand this is in the city's best interest, and it's in their best interest. So we need everybody in Vegas talking about this shelter. I want yard signs everywhere. We're going to put up billboards. I want reporters to be asking the council people where they stand on their issue. I want you to be asking them where they stand on the new city shelter. I want this to be the most important issue that everybody in Vegas is talking about. I know this seems like a challenge, but I guarantee you if there's enough of us and we're loud enough, they will vote for this new city shelter. So please, we need your help. Go to our websites and social media, Give Me Shelter Las Vegas. Follow us, register so we can keep you posted, and share the video. We're going to have a lot more updates soon, and I hope to see you all at that council meeting on the 19th. Thank you.